What's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayona. For you guys who are new here, I run a candle business by the name of Soyaya. In today's video, if you can tell by the title, you guys, I'm going to be wrapping up my 2022 year for you guys, letting you guys know why I kind of took a little hiatus towards the end of the holiday season, or right at the beginning of the holiday season, you should say. And then I'll also be sharing with you guys, just wrapping up any open-ended questions that I know that you guys ask a lot, whether it's in my YouTube comments or over in my Instagram DM. I want to let you guys know what I've been up to, and then also letting you guys know what you can look forward to when it comes to Soyaya as a business. First up, you guys, I guess we can kind of start off around like the November-ish time, because that is when I kind of went on my hiatus unexpectedly. You guys, I was not planning to have my website literally idle like that. I really wasn't. So let me just kind of back it up and let you guys know what happened. So you guys know, for the holiday season, that is usually like the busiest time for candle makers, right? Come the holiday season, I was getting scouted out by my like local vendors who were asking me like, hey, can you come be a vendor at my pop-up shop? Can you be a vendor at an event that I'm having? Just can you set up your candles? Obviously, you guys, I'm going to go and do that, right? After I did my second event, I kind of decided that, okay, pulling myself in so many different directions to where I was just like, okay, I'm going to make a decision where I'm going to just do holiday markets and do all local things, or I'm going to have online sale orders as well. So kind of where it ties into why I was okay with not doing online sales as well is because I've noticed ever since switching over to the glass jars that I'm having to write so many different claims to the different post offices because they are breaking in transit. And I'm kind of past that point of packaging like in a really cute, fancy way. I know it kind of takes away from your business because a lot of customers want to see that nice, cute packaging. It like kind of gives that extra wow, you know? When I kind of noticed that jars were breaking, I was like, okay, do you want this jar to come to you intact? Or do you want to keep packaging? Like, it's kind of one or the other at this point. And that's not the customer's fault at all. That's literally 100% on me. But I was like, okay, I'm going to have to package this in a way to where it's not going to be as pretty. And I kind of was just taking a page out of the other vendors that I shop from, like the bigger candle companies that I get products from. My product is never wrapped pretty, and I don't care as long as my product gets to me in one piece, right? So I noticed that a lot of my jars were breaking, and I was just like, you know what? I am kind of over this. What's going on? It was to a point like I was trying USPS, I was trying UPS, and I was trying the post office. It did not matter, you guys, how I was packaging it. At some point, something was breaking, and I was just like, okay, you know what? That's enough. I kind of solidified my answer of wanting to just go ahead and just do holiday markets because I know nothing was going to break because I'm literally not having to do shipping. That kind of all tied into like kind of where I'm going to go with this. If you follow me, then you know that I'm still in like the little rebranding, revamping. I'm not changing the vision or anything like that. It's just going to be more improved packaging, more improved vessels that don't break. So I'm going back to the ceramic vessels. Those vessels always did right by me. Like, I never had a problem with them. Why I left in the first place, when it came to the cost of goods, I wanted to cut down on that. And I could get like 500 of these worth the price of 100 of the ore vessels that I was getting from Wooden Wick or called Make Easy Now. You know, that price point was like really like, okay, it just made sense to go with these, right? But the quality of these are not terrible. It's just because they're glass, and glass just inevitably is gonna break, especially when you are dealing with shipping. Post offices, everything is crazy during that time of the year. So I just wanted to eliminate a hassle that was going on with me having to do so many claims. And then the thing that I don't like is most companies cap off their claims at a certain amount. So if a customer was spending well over $200 with me, I'm only getting $100 back. I was just like, you know what? I'm over it. I can't do this anymore. So I ended up just doing holiday markets, and you guys, I was okay with that because not only did I end up, expanding, getting my name out there even more. I do feel bad that the customers who aren't local to me weren't able to shop with me, but it just worked best, and it was the best thing to do for me at that time. And I feel like I made all the money that I wanted to make, if not more, for the holiday season, and I was okay with it, and it just worked out. So I guess to wrap that whole thing up, that's why you've not seen my website live, because I just did not feel comfortable shipping anymore. Too many accidents was happening. I mean, more to the point where my antennas were going off now, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why? And I think the common denominator is just having these glass jars. So we are no longer doing these. We're going back to the ceramic jars, and I'm actually very happy. I already found the vendor for them, and I'm just super, super happy about it. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because Soyaya is getting another rebrand. So I'm excited. And I know that we are only gonna go up from here. Another thing that I wanted to share with you guys of what I was up to over the holiday season is I was interviewed by my local magazine. So Soyaya is now featured in her first magazine. What? I am so excited about that. That was literally one of the coolest things that I've ever freaking done. So let me just give you a little backstory of how that came about. 2022 of March, I was at a vendor event, and I'm telling y'all, get at your local markets. I know in the beginning I was super timid and shy to put myself out there. You can go back and watch some of my other videos where I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this, girl. If you don't go to them vendor markets and get your candles out there, I am telling you, I promise you won't regret it. So magazine owner to come up to my stand, and she was just saying hey, I'm with such and such magazine. Here's my business card. She purchased candles from me, and that was just kind of the wrap up of our conversation. Kind of just introduced herself. She said, hey, this is who I am. Here's my card, and then we left it there. And so I was like, oh my God, that is freaking cool. So I went and looked her up and everything. But you guys, what I do next doesn't shock you at all, because this is just kind of how I was at the time. I don't end up reaching out to her, because at first I was just what am I gonna say? Hey, put me in your magazine. So that is why I did not reach out to her. It was for no other reason other than I just did not know what to say. Isn't that crazy? As time go by, I do have her business card in my wallet. I never take it out, and I just keep looking at it every couple months, every couple weeks. I'm just oh my God, I really want to reach out, because I definitely would love to see my candles in a magazine. I think that's the coolest thing ever. But I don't do it. I let fear kind of take over, which was so freaking crazy. Then I think it was October, the end of October or the beginning of November, I got a message over on Instagram, and it said, hey, I'm with such and such magazine, and we would like to feature you in our winter issue for our segment in the studio. I literally read it so many times, and I was like, wait, what? This is the magazine that I just saw back in March. So that was an 8 to 9 month span time, or where I've been thinking about it, hoping that the opportunity will come back around somehow, some way. And here it is presenting itself at me again. So I was just you bet not mess it up. So I was literally absolutely. I didn't even say hey, this is me, da da da. I literally wrote back absolutely, and then I ended up saying some other stuff after that. But I was just so amazed, and I was just oh my God, it's just so crazy how things work. It's so crazy how just if it's meant for you, it's going to come back around for you. It does not matter how long it takes. And I literally applied that to every aspect of my life. If it's meant to be, it'll come back around. Ended up getting that magazine interview, and it was amazing. But you guys, I was so nervous. It was the first time me ever being in front of the camera of someone else's camera, and not me just being in here talking to myself, to you guys. You know, it was an interviewer, it was a creative director, and then it was also the videographer. So it was so, oh my God, after the interview, guys, I was sweating everywhere. I'm not even a big sweater. I was sweating every place that you can sweat. So just imagine. Yeah, I'll let your minds wander on that. But I was sweating everywhere. I was so nervous. It was a great interview. It turned out so amazing. I'm definitely gonna let you guys know now down in the comments where you can go and watch it at. I did stumble a little bit in the interview, and I kind of like was a little bit upset with myself with that, because I was just like, really? It was my first time in an interview. So I couldn't be hard on myself too long. So I kind of just like, well, like, girl, whatever. Like, you did something so cool that you wanted to do. It's fine. You're good. So at first I didn't know if I really wanted to share it here on YouTube with you guys, because I did stumble and it's embarrassing. But I'm gonna share it with you guys, because it still was a really, really good interview regardless of me stumbling. And I'm not gonna tell you the word that I stumbled over. You gotta go watch it for yourself. And then but if you follow me over on Instagram, you've already seen the interview, because you follow me on Instagram and I posted it over there. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, y'all better go over there, because I drop good stuff over there as well. Stuff that I don't come over and say on YouTube. So my Instagram is going to be in the description box, but it's soyaya.co. I have been up to some really cool things. I'm telling you, like, I wasn't, like, usually when I come and I've been on a hiatus, I'm like, girl, I was resting. Like, yeah, I was resting. No, not this time, y'all. I was really working, really trying to figure out, okay, this is where you've been in the last 2 years at your business. Okay, so now we're working on expansion, and that's kind of like where I see myself, like, okay, what's going to get me to that next level? What's going to get me in that next magazine feature, or what's going to get me at the next local shop, or whatever like that. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. Also scouting out different businesses that I want my candles to be showcased at, because I think that's something that's definitely going to put my name out there as well. So I've been scouting other businesses, especially other Black owned businesses that I would like my candles to be stationed at. I already have a shop set up at my mom's salon, so I definitely get orders that way, but that's my mama, and I definitely want to get it in other places as well. So I've been working, you guys. Also too, I've been working on something really good and really big for you guys, on a candle making guide for you guys, because I feel like, and it's not going to be an ebook, it's going to be a physical journal that you can actually write in if you're starting candle maker. It's different vendors that you can use for wicks, wax, fragrance oil, vessels, places that I get things from, how to do formulas. Pretty much it's going to be things that you see here on my YouTube, but it's going to be in a journal form. And so that's what I've been working on, trying to get that out for you guys, hopefully by the summertime. I'm telling you guys, like, I really been working. I've really been trying to just figure out, like, how far I want to put myself out there. I'm so excited of what's to come. Candle making has, like, become like my personality. I'm trying to, like, step back from that, because I'm like, girl, you don't talk about nothing else but candles. What else is underneath there? So this year I've been kind of stepping into, like, doing different hobbies. All of last year I was kind of working on just, like, losing weight and getting, just like making those different lifestyle changes that I needed to make, because I had gained so much weight to the point I was just like, really? So I ended up losing 25 pounds. It's so crazy, because a lot of times people look at me, they're just like, wait, you were 25 pounds heavier than that? And I'm just like, I was able to hide it in a good way, but it just feels so good to have all of that weight off of me. And I still wanted to lose 10 pounds, but that's not what I want to do. I realized it's body recomposition that I want to work on more than losing weight. That's really just what I've been up to. Just, like, not only pouring into my business, figuring out how I can continue to grow and what I need to work on. I know I need to get a lot better at documenting this journey for you guys, because that's why I'm here on YouTube. I want to document this so I can look back and be like, girl, look at all that you've done, you know? But yeah, that's what I've been up to. If you guys haven't noticed, we are almost to 2,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. That's all because of you. And I'm so happy and so grateful and just so ecstatic. There's really not a lot of words that can just, you know, describe my gratitude for that. I am also monetized now. So if you guys see an ad pop up, go and watch that ad, girl. That's another expansion of my business that I'm speaking on. It's another stream of income for me. And so we just keep on moving, you guys. We're growing, and I'm just so excited. All the good things, right? And so to wrap up this video, I wanted to finish this off by going to the comments that I haven't responded to, that I know people are asking me questions to all the time, and then we'll just kind of do it like that. I'm gonna start from the bottom because those are the oldest ones. How can you tell me what jars you are using for this video? So I have answered this before in another video that says, where do I get all of my candle products from? But these are the Havana vessels. These come from General Wax, and I get all different sizes. I get 18, I get 22, I get 10, and then I eventually added these in. I believe these were the 12 ounce. That question is literally the next slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. You guys always want to know. Every jar I like is out of stock. Very frustrating. I love the clear and cloudy white. Yes, girl. So go get those jars from General Wax, and I love them. They are such sweet people over there. I've done a few little collaborations with them, and I will recommend them to anybody. People always want to know what wicks am I using. So for the 8-ounce candle, I use a CDN 6 or 7, and then for the 10.4 ounce, I use a CD8, and then for the 15 ounce, I use 2 CDN 4s or 2 CDN 5s, and then for the 22 ounce, I use 3 CDNs. So that is the sizing wicks that I use, and I hope that if you are watching this, you watch all the way through, because that is a question that is asked quite often. Someone wanted to know, where do you buy your scents from? I get my scents from so many different places. If you watched any of my other videos, I have mentioned quite a few times one of my very favorite places where I love to get fragrance oils from, so go back and watch my last video. If you don't mind sharing, may I ask you how you were able to get those samples from General Wax? This is a good question because I used to get this asked all the time. I'm also going to have a template in the candle making journal that I'm coming out with, and it's going to basically give you like a little sample of what you can say to companies. But I promise you, the only thing that I'm saying is I have a candle business. I have a YouTube channel where I'm sharing different things about candle making with people, and I'm really growing a lot on there, and I think my viewers will be interested if you could send me some wax or send me anything that you would like for me to review in the video. Every single time it has been a yes. Reach out, say who you are, and what's the worst that could happen? They could say no. You have to now put out to them, okay, you sending me your product is now gonna get you an influx of orders because my viewers are curious to know, or because they trust my word, or whatever the case may be. So make sure you present yourself in a way that's not only just beneficial for you, but it's gonna be beneficial to them as well. Hey love, I would like to know if you've tried the fragrance oil out. I think she was talking about the General Wax, and yes, I have a video on that of me testing those different fragrance oils, and I'll put that video up here as well. And a lot of other questions that I'm getting as well is, where are you getting your spray bottles? These are my room and linen spray bottles. I get asked all the time. You guys, I'm not ignoring you, but the reason why I haven't said exactly where I'm getting this from is because I'm trying to work out a little deal with the company. Go ahead and screenshot this, put it in Google. I promise it'll come up. I promise. I tell no lies. It will come up. I would love to learn more about candle insurance. Yes, I'm going to be getting on that. I actually have candle insurance through the same place that I have my auto insurance through. Gave me the best rates. I actually switched from a different company, but we're going to do a whole entire video on that. So just hold tight. I promise I'm coming. What temperature do you pour your wax? Making just a regular coconut soy. Usually anywhere from 180 to 190. A lot of these are just great tips. Thank you. You've really inspired me to continue with my candle business. Another one, I just started my candle making business here in Texas. Whoop, whoop. I used to live in Texas for a short amount of time, so Texas always has my heart. I just started my candle making business, and I yet to know some things. Yes, girl. Listen. I yet to know some things, and I've been doing this for 2 years, and I know some people who have been in this candle making game for 10 plus years, like, and they are still learning because everything evolves. So what you were doing 10 years ago, you may not can do now, or what you were doing, I don't know. There's some things that I was doing a year ago that I dare not do now. You know what I mean? So we all evolve. It's fine. I'm not sure if I can get some information for you. Can you tell me how you get those free shipping boxes that you mentioned on your video? I heard you say USPS, but how do I go about getting them? Yes. So I mentioned in a previous video that I used to get free boxes from USPS, and you can either go onto their website and they will literally ship them right to your front door, like easy peasy, or you can just walk into your local USPS and say, hey, where are the free boxes? And they will literally point you to them. Make sure you ask, because there was a point of time where I picked up some flat rate boxes and had already packaged all of my products and candles in them. And she said $21 for shipping, and I knew it was just going 5 minutes up the road. I said, wait, what? She said, yeah, you chose a flat regional A box. And I'm like, what, girl, what? And so she kind of gave me the whole rundown of like what the different boxes meant and which ones were the free ones. So all you got to do is walk in there, or you can just go onto the USPS website and just get them ordered directly to your home. Easy as pie. I love it. How do you come up with your target audience? How do you choose the people you will sell your candles to? So how I do that is I pretty much go over the mission statement of what my company means to me and who I would want to convey that mission statement to, if that makes any sense. So I don't just pick my audience based on the price point of what my candles are, but basically just marketing to people who incorporating wellness into their lifestyle. So that's how I do that. And then also, should my first test burn, oh God, I can't even talk. First test burn reach a full melting point on my first burn test? Yes. You need to always make sure that when you are burning your candle that you're allowing it to get to the edges of the candle. And that is because candles have a memory life. If you only burn it to here and then you let it out, a lot of times that the candle is only going to continue to burn only here. And so you're going to have all this here that's not being burned. And you're going to now cause the candle to tunnel. And then eventually you're not going to be able to light that candle, and then you just wasted a whole entire candle, right? What I've noticed though with coconut soy wax, I'm able to do that because I've tested this. With these new glass jars, I am able to light them up, and because the glass jars get so hot, they end up burning themselves again anyway. So I think it just depends on the jar that you have, but you want to just do it because you know it's the right thing to do, and make sure that you are letting your customers know, please allow your candles to get to a full melt point. That's why we say burn it for at least 3 to 4 hours and then blow the candle out. But yes, you want to make sure that you are getting a full melt point. These are all good questions, you guys. Let's see. Good and helpful. Can we see how you arrived at your price point? Well, how I come to my price point is usually I go and do my breakdown, what my cost of goods are, and then I times that by 4. Where do you sell? I sell on Shopify. I think she's meaning like, how do you choose like what website, if you're going to go with whatever site, then a realistic launch prep. And that is good because we're getting a whole little rebrand, and so that's going to be a perfect time for me to show you guys how I replenish the shelves, how I basically start over from scratch. So that is good. Don't worry, that is coming. Questions are just so freaking good. I can't answer all of them like I thought I could. This video is going to be so freaking long. Here's another one. It's fairly long. Let's see. Appreciate the information provided in this video. I don't understand why you guys give away so much information to potential competitors though, especially where you get your vessels. You're essentially giving away your sauce and uniqueness. I see people tell what fragrance oils they use, who they get them from, and even the blends that they combine. As a business owner in this industry, I find that very odd, but I also find it useful to secretly gain a competitive edge. This isn't directly at you specifically. This is just so happens to be the most recent video I came across. Do you not worry about these things? Thank you for posting and sharing your journey. That is really good. So I want to just kind of clear the air about people thinking that if I share my journey that I'm somehow just giving away my sauce, because this is a question that people actually ask more times than not. And I just want people to understand that I don't look at this as being a competitive thing. This is something that has just become my passion. I'm happy to be doing it. I understand that there's going to be competitors, but this is more so like a passion of mine. So I look at it as what's meant for me is going to happen regardless of whatever else, because I'm not going to spend all of my time looking and seeing what competitors are doing. Will I look up and kind of see what's trendy, or I like to see what's popular? Not saying that I'm going to do it, because that you can really mess your business up by wrapping it around what's trendy or popular, because that's going to eventually go away at some point, right? When something's meant for you and nothing can stop your shine. I don't care how much competition is around. I don't care how many of us are doing the same thing. If it's meant for you, it's going to happen regardless. And I get what you're saying, but to me, I don't look at candle making as like having this secret Krabby Patty formula. I really believe that everything that I'm telling you guys can be found by a simple Google search. I kid you not. If you look up right now how to make a candle, you're about to get 101 ways of how to do that. And I'm just kind of being that little middleman for you. Like, here's the information, here's you. I'm the middleman giving you that information. It's almost like telephone. I do the research, and it's kind of good for me too, because I just like to continue to evolve as a candle maker, and I always like to continue to learn more. So it helps me out too, so that I can continue to stay up on my research and not just what's popular or whatever the case may be. But I kid you not, you guys, every single thing that I'm telling you guys can be found online already. It's not something that I came up with. I'm not the one who came up with these formulas. Yes, I tweak the formulas to work best for the different scents that I have. Everybody's going to be different. And that's just like with recipes. Like, you can give somebody the exact same recipe of your dinner that you cooked last night. They'll go home and they'll tweak it to their liking. I'm just giving you like the basis, and then you're just building on top of that. So that is a really good question. I hope that I'm answering it in the best way. I know that's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I don't look at it as competition. I don't look at it as, oh my God, if I tell her, then she's going to surpass me. Or if I tell him, he's going to surpass me. Like, no. What's meant for me is going to be for me anyway. My story's already written. I'm just living it out. So I have no regrets of starting this channel or sharing my journey or helping out other candle makers who, who needs the sauce. Like, it is what it is. Oh my God, I'm glad you're back. Yes, girl. Thank you. I have so many questions I want to ask. As another small business candle maker, do you recommend a certain place to contact you outside of the normal comments? That is such a good question. Okay, so if you think that I should open up the Zoom and basically charge a small fee for you guys to ask me any questions that you want to ask me, because time is money. I can't just go and say, everybody ask me any questions that you want to ask me, especially if it's not being answered in the videos already. I try my best to answer any questions that you guys may have in the videos, but I understand not every single question is going to be asked specifically for, what your situation is. So let me know if that's something that I should do, because I will absolutely do that. Hi there, finally switching over to coconut soy wax blend. Yes, welcome to the best side. From 464, no shade to 464. It's still a good wax, y'all, but I just prefer coconut soy blend. I could never get a strong hot throw and always had surface imperfections. That's one thing with the soy wax. You definitely have to have a heat gun, because there's definitely going to be maybe sinkholes or something like that. So you definitely need to have a heat gun if you use 464 wax. Also interested in using wooden wigs instead of cotton wigs. I love the crackling sound of a wooden wig. I love it. It literally soothes me. But when it came to the different jar sizes that I was using, I was noticing that I was having a lot of issues with getting a scent throw. So I kind of just went all back to cotton wicks. Wedding wicks is definitely something that I'm gonna be trying out again this year. Not necessarily probably to sell, but just to have for like me and my friends and my family, because they definitely ask me all the time. So that'll be something, a little journey we can go on together, is testing out different wicks. All right, you guys, I don't want to make this video so longer than it already is, but I definitely wanted to answer all of these questions that you guys had, because I was like, I can't just keep these floating around in the air and then moving on to something different, you know what I mean? I do have a question. How do you get the net weight of your candles? Do you just put the candle jar, the mold, or the silicone mold on the weight scale by itself, or with water? So I will answer this question. So how I do it is I make sure that I take whatever product that it is that I'm wanting to know the weight of, and I put it on the scale, and I use the wax that I'm going to be using. I do not use water because wax is more dense than water. And I've seen a plethora of videos of people using water, but they think that they forget to think about the expansion of the wax when it goes to solidify. So I don't personally do it that way, because then you have to get into the formulas of physics and all that, and you need to times the volume by the weight, the density, the mass. And listen, we want to make this easy as possible, okay? So make sure you're using the wax. Understand that all waxes have different densities. So coconut soy wax and blended waxes like that is going to have a different density than paraffin wax or beeswax. So definitely don't use water. And if you do, you will have to go find a video on that. But I'm not going to personally do that, because that is just too much math for me. And I'd rather just use the wax so I can get an accurate reading. So I hope that answers your question. But yes, so you're just going to take your scale. You're just going to take whatever it is you're trying to get the weight of while it's empty. You don't have to put a wick or anything in it. And then you're just going to fill it up. Make sure you tear it after you put it on there so that it can tear back to zero. And then you're going to fill it up to the desirable fill weight, and that's going to give you your net weight. And then you'll use the formula to go ahead and add in your fragrance oil percentages and things like that. That is a really, really good question. I really enjoy your videos. I'm stepping out on faith to start my candle business. The year to stop self-doubting yourself. I said the same thing. Yes, we got this. Some questions are in here about Shopify and how they charge and things like that. So again, we're going to have follow-up videos for all of these questions, you guys. I am just so grateful for all of you guys that are still here with me. Continue to stick with me, and I love you guys. And also too, you guys, so this is like an exclusive between my YouTube folks, and I wanted to show you guys what's to come for Valentine's Day and what you can be expecting from me. So I told you guys I was working this time on my hiatus. I wasn't just sitting around. I was actually putting in the work. So we have DIY candle kits coming for Valentine's Day. You guys, I am so freaking excited to be doing this. This is the first time that I am doing anything like this beyond selling candles. So I'm ready to see what kind of like kickback that it gets, if it's gonna be good. So the DIY candle kits were created in mind. It was kind of just a thing where I wanted people to have an activity to do for Valentine's Day, especially for the people like, we're not going out this year. Like we're doing inside things at the house, right? And we just want to have a cute little fun activity. This is also can work for your Galentine's parties that you guys are throwing. Couples, singles, whatever. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, if you never created a candle before and you kind of just want to see the basics, the very basics of what all goes into candle making, this will actually be good for you too, you guys. So I'm going to show you guys just a little glimpse of what's inside. As you can see, this is just a demo. I already got wax and everything on it. Lord Jesus, it wouldn't be me if I didn't destroy it already. So it's not going to look like this. It's going to be a little bit cuter, but I was just kind of demoing it, playing around with different tissue paper and stuff like that, trying to see how I want it to be set up. I still definitely need to make a few, more touches to it. So what's going to come inside of it is going to be everything that you need to make a candle. And so it's going to come with your wax. It's going to be natural soy wax. And the reason why I'm using soy wax and not coconut blended soy wax, I feel like soy wax is easier to work with when trying to get a scent when you don't know how to make candles. They're going to be filled with our 18-ounce candle jars in here. I don't know if I want to add the black jars in there. I do have these two that I do have these black jars as well, but I don't really know how those work for Valentine's Day. I don't know. You guys let me know if you would want black too, because I'll put them on there. But I just have the white ones for now. And then it's going to come with everything that you need to make a candle. So it's going to come with your stirring utensil. Isn't that so freaking cute? Oh my God. Okay. So it's going to come with your stirring utensil. And then it's going to come with your fragrance oil. I'm going to have these labeled and everything. It's going to be really, really cute. Again, I'm still working. So all this week, basically, I have to tie up any loose ends that I have with this, because I definitely have to get out pictures and everything so I can start promoting, because these will drop on February the 2nd. It's going to come with your wick stickers, and then it's also going to come with your wicks that you need. So every single thing that you need to make a candle. I was thinking if I wanted to add in like little roses or something like that, or little crystals, but I don't really know how I feel about having extra things in my candle jars, because I don't know how much I trust people like that, especially if you never made a candle before, been done lit the whole candle on fire, right? So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. That's just me kind of pondering. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think about that. I think it's gonna be super cute. I hope it's a hit. I feel it deep down that it's gonna be a hit. Yeah, we're gonna be getting product photography out this week. And that's what I've been up to. I'm really excited. Oh, and I forgot one thing. Also gonna have the candle instructions. I went and typed up all of this stuff. So it's gonna have every single thing that you need to make a candle. And I've measured out everything already for you. You don't have to do this. It's literally like easy 1, 2, 3. Melt the wax, pour in the fragrance oil, stir, pour, wait. You got a candle. Like, it's so easy, but it's gonna be so fun if you've never made a candle before. So I think that's gonna wrap up today's video, you guys. Very excited to be back here with you guys, and let's see what 23 has in store for us. And I will see you guys in the next video.